Level 5 is a fantastic developer, something I became aware of from the moment I played Dark Cloud on the PS2. Of course, that wasn't their only title, but their ability to create not just games that were fun to play, but games that draw you into their world with lovely art styles and music and some very interesting gameplay ideas. But while their ability to create a solid RPG is tried and true, the company had always had an interest in MMOs and wanted to make one. So in 2002, dreams would seemingly come true, as with the launch of the Xbox and the push of Xbox Live, Microsoft wanted a game that could compete with something like EverQuest, and thus they tasked Level 5 with creating such a title. It's only a shame that plans imploded. Today on Gaming Mysteries, we'll be talking about True Fantasy Live Online. Now, Level 5 really came out swinging with True Fantasy Live Online in 2002, as by this point they had Dark Cloud under their belt, and its sequel would release later the same year that the MMO would be announced. And what we had was a gorgeous, cel-shaded game. The marketing really tried to sell you on it by saying that you can be anything: a cook, a blacksmith, a sorcerer, a brave warrior, some random douchebag. Sky's the limit. Of course, you would do your standard MMO things like partying up and doing quests, or being a loner like me, exploring the world, and, any number of monotonous things that one could put in an MMO. I'm sure they had it. The world was large and beautiful and kinda looks like Dragon Quest VIII, a game that came out the same year that this game was canceled. Not saying they reused assets, but I hope they did. You would travel on foot or horse or whatever across 4 different regions, any one of which could have been your starting point in the game. The title was developed to have everything evolve as time goes on, from your living quarters to your items to you, with the plan being that your actual character would grow and age over the course of the game. And as you evolved and the game continued, so would the world and the story. And, of course, then your character. Kind of Peter Molyneux shit, but, whatever. That's cool. Also, they mentioned something about falling in love, which means I could have finally self-destructed relationships in-game as well. Simply put, the game looked wonderful. It's a standout from other MMOs as well as other Xbox titles, and if your whole goal with the game is to sell people on your online gaming service, get that hot EverQuest pie, this is going to do it, probably. Had this come out, I would have gladly picked up an Xbox, maybe. But sadly, the game ran into development issues. The first issue was that Level 5 wasn't actually used to online network coding, which is seemingly very important for MMOs. The other issue was Microsoft. Microsoft, again, wanting to sell people on Xbox Live, was very against the old-fashioned typing words with a keyboard thing. Keyboards are old and not cool. So instead, they wanted to mandate voice chat. Sounds great on paper until someone swears. And it's a feature that Level 5 was not really entirely sure how to implement on that large of a scale. This saw the game go dark in 2003 as well as 2004, seeing delays. And I guess behind the scenes, Microsoft was evidently very aggressive on getting Level 5 to finish the game sooner rather than later, because nothing says a great game like rushing it. A rushed game is bad forever, but a rushed game is Finish that game, damn it. That was the Miyamoto quote, I think. But this wouldn't end up mattering, though, as the title would be canceled in 2004. The companies, surprisingly, did not end on amicable terms. Go figure. And the kicker was that the game was essentially done when it was canceled. Minus the voice chat, though. I think that was still an issue. But a quote from Level 5's president stated that the game had been showcased to the media. The world of True Fantasy Live Online was already complete, and within it, it was possible to live a virtual life to a degree. We continued development with the aim of making a network game that we ourselves would want to play. However, development required more time than expected, delays, and as a result, the amount of time people would be able to play slipped considerably. And so, Level 5's MMO ceased to be. Although, I like to think that it kind of lives on. I mean, I obviously can't speak for the company or anyone else, but if I had developed a large-scale MMORPG that got canceled because Microsoft didn't have patience for, it to be finished properly, I would totally retool all that stuff and put it in like Dragon Quest VIII, or use some of those ideas for Rogue Galaxy, or any number of future titles. Who's to say, really? Sky's the limit. You made all those assets. Sadly, the closest Level 5 would ever get to an MMO-ish was the hilariously named White Knight Chronicles. Great name. Which had some MMO-ish elements, a little bit, I guess, if you're loose about it. But it was sadly one of the company's more mediocre titles. But that was True Fantasy Live Online. Its name was kind of long in hindsight, but it's always sad to see a Level 5 game go unreleased, as they, for the most part, make quality products. Except for White Knight Chronicles. Especially when you think about what could have been in this situation, though. Had this game come out, like, maybe it could have taken down EverQuest. Maybe it could have held WoW at bay. Sadly, we'll never know the reality of this. But one thing is for sure. Final Fantasy XIV would kick the shit out of it. This has been Gaming Mysteries. Thank you for watching. Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to End Slate. Unless you saw this on Patreon first, at which point you saw a different End Slate. A much longer End Slate. A glorious End Slate, but yeah, this'll do. Hi. Hope you enjoyed the Gaming Mysteries on... What was the game? Fantasy Live, no, True Fantasy Live Online. So that's not my fault, that's Microsoft's fault. Stuffing live right next to online, that's repetitive. But I hope you enjoyed that video. That was on the list of Gaming Mysteries things I should do since like 2010. So, good that I got around to that. But yeah, if you enjoyed that video, please like it, or subscribe, or hit that dumb bell. Lick the bell. Lick it or hit it, whatever you gotta do. Or you could click it, I guess. You get less germs than licking it. Yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. But wait. You're thinking to yourself, what day is it? Well, it's not October 1st, but we are on... It's Spooky Finger Puppet Ghost Eve. Wait, no? It's Spooky Finger Puppet Ghost Month Eve. There we go. Soak it in. Yeah. Things are about to get scary. I got videos planned for the spooky holiday coming up. One of them is technically on Patreon already in audio form, but the video version of that being the first sorry, the first video of the spooky month will be up. It'll be on Patreon first because of the way I have things set up, by next weekend, which means by the following weekend or the second. What I'll say the second technical, even though it's the third week. It'll go up on YouTube, and then by that point I'll have the schedule with the other videos set so that there shouldn't be like a weird schedule. Cross my fingers. Hope to die. Oh god. You have no idea. I know. Yeah. Thank you very much for watching the video. I hope everyone has a lovely night, under day, depending on your time zone. Again, if you liked it, you can like the video if you want. You don't have to, but yeah, it'd be nice. YouTube doesn't like me in the algorithm sense. Also, oh shit. Social media. I have a Twitch and I have Patreon. Also a Twitter and a Facebook, I think. And I have a YouTube, and I have another YouTube channel with the stream VODs that I'm putting up. In case you didn't know about that, which is very likely because I'm terrible at advertising everything. But yeah. See, I'm gonna see you next time on Endslate. Except it's gonna be more scary, or the same, but it's gonna be terrifying or similar. See you next time on Endslate.